Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have the Rhino, and we're going to look at a beer from Russel Brewing Company in Surrey, BC. I've had a few Russel beers in the last few years, mostly with my dad. We have not liked any of the ones we've had. And that's not to say that all Russel beers are bad or anything like that. It's just the ones we've had didn't do anything for us. So we're going to try this one, right? Yeah, we're going to try this one. Yeah, we are. We're going to try it. Yes, we are. This one is Russel Brewing Company's Pumpkin Pie Milkshake IPA. So, I love pumpkin pie beers. I don't like pumpkin pie, but I like pumpkin pie beers. I don't know why. We have barley and oats in the ingredients here. Produced and canned by Russel Brewing Company in Surrey, BC, Canada. 5.5% alcohol by volume, 20 IBU. Rolling out the dough, scraping out copious amounts of pumpkin guts, and finding the perfect combination of spices. Sounds fun, right? If you're feeling lazy and all that makes you cringe, the Milkshake IPA is for you. A smooth, hazy IPA with a blend of cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, clove, and the addition of lactose come together to create this no effort needed pie in a can. I didn't read anything about pumpkin there. Now here's the thing, with pumpkin pie, your flavor is mostly coming from your spices, your graham crust, your graham cookie crust, and that's about it. The pumpkin is more the texture. Pumpkin doesn't have a lot of flavor. Okay. So, as I was pouring this, I was a little worried that it wasn't going to come out orangey at all. And that was going to make me very sad, because it needs to have a little bit of that orangey look to be a pumpkin pie in a glass type of beer. It really does. It has to. Okay, it has to. I do like the can. The look is okay. I like the slightly off-white head that still has a little bit of staying power, but not much. Scent out of the can. And just like every other Russel beer I've had thus far, there's not much of a scent out of that can. Can I say there's no scent? No, there's a little bit of nutmeg and a little bit of clove. But how much of that is actually nutmeg and clove, and how much of that is psychosomatic, me going, oh yeah, there's nutmeg and clove in there. I don't know. Glass. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, Chad, you don't have a nose. What the fuck? This is only beer 2 for the night. And I think I'm not sick at the moment. Oh, that got real hazy, real crazy. Still no smell, though. Cheers. Okay. There is more of a flavor than there is a scent. But still, it's not big. It's not a pumpkin pie in a glass. It's not a pumpkin. It's not a warlock. It's not a dark of the moon. It's not any of those. It's not the great pumpkin even. It's, excuse me. It's better than Gayen's pumpkin ale, at least, because, but I mean, Gayen's might even be the same, because Gayen's makes a pumpkin beer that's just pumpkin spice. There's no pumpkin in it. And I have a feeling this is kind of the same. It doesn't talk about pumpkin on there at all, which Now again, pumpkin in your beer, really just adding kind of to the color and to the mouthfeel. It's making a creamier mouthfeel. So does this have a creamy mouthfeel and thus might have some pumpkin in it? Maybe. It's about medium bodied. A little bit harsh on the carbonation. The carbonation is soft yet harsh. It's like pins and needles just going, yeah, motherfucker. There is some cloviness on the back end of this. Yeah, there's some clovey dryness at the back end. There's a little bit of cinnamon, a tiny touch of nutmeg. I wouldn't say there's any graham cookie crunch. So the crust isn't there. I wouldn't say there's any lactose making a nice sweetness. There's not really much to this other than a little bit of bitterness on the back end, which could be coming from cloves and nutmegs. Well, clove and nutmeg. Maybe a touch of allspice. But really, it's just a very mild pumpkin spice flavor on the back end. All that being said, is this the worst pumpkin beer I've ever had, or pumpkin pie beer, or milkshake IPA, or beer from Russel? No to all of those. It's not the worst of any of them. But it's not even mid-tier for me in pumpkin beers. I guess I'm spoiled because I grew up when pumpkin first became a big thing. I mean, it's gone downhill. I grew up when Warlock first came out. I grew up, and when I say I grew up, I mean my formidable beer drinking years, my formidable craft beer drinking years, my like late 20s, early 30s happened in the explosion of what the craft beer movement was. And there was some great pumpkin beers that came out, and some of them have fallen to the wayside, some of them have changed recipes quite a bit. To what's out there now, this stands up, but it just doesn't make me go, wow, I'm really glad I got this. It makes me go, huh, whatever. 6.25 out of 10. Thank you guys. Bye.